Yes. Tell us your name and tell us about your project.
My name is Arno Allen Penzias, and I am from Germany. I spent the first 6 years of my life in Germany, Poland, and England, but then I moved to America. I started college as a chemical engineering major, but found physics more intriguing my freshman year. Post graduation, I spent 2 years in the armed forces and started a family. Upon my return to the States, I completed my PhD thesis and began working on the physical aspects of my project. I took a full-time position at Bell Labs to work on a radio telescope to discover and analyze the radio signals in space.
What were you guys trying to do or find?
Originally, I was interested in learning more about radio waves in space and between galaxies. When Wilson joined me, I'll get to him later. When he joined me at Bell Labs in 1962, we found out that we were interested in the same thing. And we had the lab, so we were really excited to use the Homedale antenna. It became available for us to use not long after he joined the team there at Bell Labs. We began the research and discovered a noise that we could not explain. I'll get more to that in a second as well. It turned out that the noises we were hearing were cosmic microwave background radiation, also known as CMB. Our big discovery occurred on May 20th in 1964. CMB is known to be the first light the universe ever experienced. It's directly related to the Big Bang Theory. The odd part of the whole experience was that we found CMB by accident. It was not originally the focus of our plan, but quickly became the most important part.
And you said that y'all did this experiment at Bell Labs?
Yes, so we conducted our experiment with the Homedale horn antenna at Bell Labs in Murray Hill, New Jersey, so that's here in the States. The antenna weighs a whopping 18 tons, so it's really heavy, and it's 20 feet tall. The horn currently still stands and is a National Historic Landmark. It was actually designed to withstand 100-mile-per-hour winds based off of how big it is and the surface area that wind can hit.
What other significant events were happening around the world at this time?
During the same year that we made our great discovery, which was 1964, the Vietnam War was just getting started. America was trying to stop communism in Southeast Asia. Meanwhile, Americans were fighting their own battles between the races. In 1964, the Civil Rights Act of '64 was passed to eliminate racial discrimination within the country. On a brighter note, in '64, Ford released the Mustang and sold a record number of vehicles in one production year, so that was an incredible feat for Henry. Another economic success of '64 was the Kennedy-Johnson tax cuts that stimulated the economy, so that was a nice boost right as we were going into the war.
Who else was involved in your project?
As I mentioned earlier, I had Wilson. I did not complete this on my own. I had assistance from Robert Woodrow Wilson. Wilson was born in Houston, Texas, and he attended school at Rice Institute. He earned his doctorate degree from the California Institute of Technology. Following graduation, he joined me at Bell Labs, and the rest is history, literally. We both received a Nobel Peace Prize for our findings.
What was your role in the project?
So Wilson and I worked together as one, more or less. There was another group of people. So Wilson and I mainly focused on the details of the observations. Others who were working towards the same goal concentrated more on the cosmological meaning behind our discovery. We did not work directly with them, but we all wanted to achieve the same goal. As a group, we made a huge impact on the future of physics and the past as it is written.
What impact did your project have on the physics community?
Our discovery of CMB opened many doors to the physics community. CMB has allowed many more discoveries of how the universe was created, how old the universe is, and how many other more specific details about life many years ago. It's opened up creation and just it really allowed us to have actual insight and details into our past.
And last but not least, were there any blooper moments that happened during the time you were working on the experiment?
Yes, we had one blooper moment that stands out to me greatly. As I mentioned, we had a noise that we couldn't figure out. So we called it an issue with the clarity of data that we were trying to gather. We began ruling out possibilities such as New York City. We proposed that the noise from the urban area could be interfering. We might, think that the noise level of the people and the cars, that could be the issue, but turns out it wasn't. We turned the antenna a different direction and still got that same noise. Other avenues we explored included military noises and extraterrestrial noises. So, like a military base close by, they might have buzzing, or just extraterrestrial noises that we can't hear with our own ears. None of the sources that we thought of were the source of static noise we were getting. A last option was the pigeons nesting in the antenna. We attempted to scare them off, but they just kept returning. To get rid of them, we finally found the most humane thing was to get a shotgun. At a very close range, we just killed them instantly. It's not something I'm happy about, but it seemed like the only way out of our dilemma.